Hello students, let's proceed to the next part of the DSP. In the earlier case, we have discussed system, then basic elements of the DSP like here ADC, DSP processor as well as the DAC, that is in accordance with the need. As well as we have discussed quantization, role of quantization in ADC. Next, that is illustration of quantization, numerical illustrations, and let's discuss now the advantages of DSP over ASP. Digital hardware and associated software provide a greater degree of flexibility. That is what one of the reasons why to go for the DSP, not ASP in system design, obviously. Also, there is often a higher order of precision achievable with digital hardware and software compared with analog circuits and analog signal processing systems. Accuracy, obviously, it is good in case of the DSP. Accuracy considerations also play an important role in determining the form of the signal processor. Tolerances in analog circuit components make it extremely difficult. Like we can observe on capacitors also, there is a tolerance kind of thing mentioned like plus or minus 50%, 20%. So it is quite difficult to maintain for the analog components. On the other hand, a digital system provides much better control of accuracy requirements. So digital signals are easily stored on magnetic media, even the pen drives nowadays we are using. So it is quite easy to store as well as fastly stored without loss of signal or deterioration of signal. Fidelity beyond that introduced in the ADC. So fidelity means it is a degradation of the signal. So that is not possible if we go for the digital media or the digital conversion. Next is, as a consequence, the signals become transportable and can be processed offline in a remote lab. So easy remote processing is done. This is what few advantages of DSP. Now let's see few more advantages. So the DSP method allows for the implementation of more sophisticated signal processing algorithms. It is usually very difficult to perform precise mathematical operations on signals in analog form. So it is difficult to perform it, obviously, but same operations can be routinely implemented on a digital computer using software. Next advantage, digital implementation of signal processing system is cheaper than its analog counterpart. Lower cost may be due to the fact that the digital hardware is cheaper, or perhaps it is a result of the flexibility for modifications which are provided by the digital implementation or for the digital implementation. It is usually very difficult to perform precise mathematical operations on signals in analog form, but these same operations can be routinely implemented on a digital computer using software. These kind of things we can easily observe in case of the fast Fourier transform, how it is quite easy to get it in a faster way, but it is quite difficult to get it in an analog filter case. Next, easy upgradation, which already we have seen. This is one of the example for it. Easy upgradation, like if someone want to go for, let's say, Windows 7 to Windows 8, Windows 8 to Windows 10, and further upgradations are quite easy. So DSP systems that I was talking about the OS, but same is applicable for the DSP systems also. DSP systems can be easily upgradable as compared to analog one. Repeatability, easy duplications means the model of one type can be duplicated to other. Compatibility, since depends on software, it's easy to have universal compatibility. DSP systems can be reprogrammable since it is versatile. Applicability of very low frequency signals such as seismic signals, or it is also called as earthquake signals. So in order to determine the sensitivity or even the small change in the low frequency signal, it is quite possible with the help of the DSP. So nowadays wavelet transform is quite useful for that task. Next, time sharing or multitasking between two or more applications can be done easily. Okay, this is all about the advantages. Now let's look at the limitation or the disadvantages of DSP. Conversion of an analog signal to digital form accomplished by sampling signal and quantizing the samples results in a distortion. This is already we have seen in case of the quantization error that prevents from reconstructing the original analog signal from the quantized sample. So if someone writes the value in inaccurate, so obviously it will affect reconstruction of the signal. Next, that is that there are finite precision effects that must be considered in the digital processing of the quantized samples. This is the point to be considered while doing the quantization. System becomes complex due to ADC and DAC. So analog to digital converter as well as the digital to analog converter has to be precised in an accurate manner, then only we can say the result will be quite accurate. Means if I say this is what my analog signal, I want to convert it in a digital, and later on again I want to revert back this one, and let's assume that this is been converted like this in a digital format, then I cannot recover back my original signal, means this signal, from this signal. So that is what precision is very important, and it has to be done in case of the ADC and DAC. Next is power consumption. It is more since chip contains more than 4K transistors, each chip will have it, as well as one more thing, that is the bandwidth limitation. When we go for the DSP, this is what the limitation we will have. So bandwidth limitation. Now these are some of the limitations. Let's look at the applications of the DSP in various fields. Like in the telecommunication, DSP is applicable in modems, then video conferencing, data encryption, fax. In case of the consumer electronics, FM stereo applications, sound recording. In case of the instrumentation and control, digital filter, PLL, robot control, as well as the process control. In case of the image processing, image compression, that is with the help of the JPEG or the DCT algorithms. Next is enhancement, is image enhancement, image recognition. In case of the medicine or the medical field, it will be ECG, EEG, X-ray scanning, speech processing for text to speech, as well as speaker identification, speech recognition. So in case of the seismology, nuclear explosion detection, earthquake monitoring, and most important in military applications for radar signal processing, navigation, sonar signal processing. So these are few applications of the DSP. In the next section we will see what is sampling and how to go for the good sampling rate in order to achieve a proper original signal again from the received one. So thank you everyone. Thank you very much.